Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're getting into one of the most powerful and honestly most overlooked tools in human interaction, your eyes. It's a primal language that you're speaking all day, every day, whether you realize it or not. So let's just jump right into a situation you've probably been in 100 times. You're walking somewhere, maybe down the street, and for just a split second, your eyes lock with a total stranger. What's your gut reaction? For most of us, it's to immediately look down at the floor, right? It feels polite, maybe a little shy, but harmless. Well, it's not. Because that one single reflexive glance down, it's a primal signal. Before a word is even spoken, before you've even had a chance to think, your body has already sent a very clear message. I submit. It's basically an invisible act of surrender. So, what is going on there? Why do our bodies seem to betray us like that with just a simple look? The answer, it turns out, has nothing to do with being polite. It's wired deep into our biology. According to experts like former FBI agent Joe Navarro, looking away isn't really a choice. It's what's called a limbic response. It's an automatic gut-level instinct that comes from the oldest part of your brain, the part that's all about survival. It sees a potential threat and just defaults to a yield position to avoid any kind of conflict. You don't choose to look down. Your nervous system does it for you. To really get why this happens, we have to go back. Way back, to the ancient, unspoken rules of staring that have been running the social playbook for millions of years. Think about it. Long before we had words, primates, our ancestors, used their gaze to figure out who was in charge. Research from scientists like Franz de Waal shows this super clearly. In the animal kingdom, a long, sustained stare is a direct challenge. It's an assertion of status. And breaking that stare? Well, that's the universal sign of submission. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for us humans. These old rules have kind of split into two different systems. If you look at the dominance column, a stare is a threat. The goal is basically, don't look at me, and the person with lower status has to look away first. But then you have the prestige column, and it's the complete opposite. Think about a celebrity or a CEO giving a speech. Getting their eye contact feels like a reward, a gift. Their goal is look at me. And we are constantly, without even thinking about it, trying to figure out which game we're playing in every single interaction. So the key takeaway here is that how you break eye contact sends a very specific message. Looking straight down, that's pure submission. You've yielded. Now, looking to the side, that's a little different. It says you're uncomfortable, you're yielding to the intensity, but it's not a full-on surrender. But holding that gaze, that signals you see yourself as an equal. It sends the message, I see you, and I am not backing down. Okay, but it gets even deeper than that. Beyond just negotiating status, your eyes are broadcasting truths about what's going on inside you. Truths that are pretty much impossible to fake. Check this out. Your pupils are constantly sending out signals you can't control. On one side, you have pupil dilation. When you're interested, excited, maybe even scared, your pupils get bigger. It's your body's fight or flight system trying to take in more information. But on the other side, you have pupil constriction. When you're relaxed or bored or even disgusted by something, they get smaller. This is all happening automatically. And we're not talking about a tiny, unnoticeable change either. Research has actually shown that your pupils can expand by up to 45% when you're looking at someone you're attracted to or in love with. Your eyes are literally opening up to get more of what they like. It's wild. All right, so what about deception? We've all heard the old saying, right? That liars can't look you in the eye. Well, it turns out that's completely wrong. In fact, a lot of research shows the exact opposite. People who are trying to manipulate you will often overcompensate with more eye contact to try and seem more sincere. So if that's not the tell, what is? The real clue isn't where they're looking. It's their blink rate. See, coming up with a lie takes a lot of brain power. It's a high cognitive load. And during that time, the brain actually suppresses the need to blink. So the blink rate goes way down. Then, as soon as the lie is out, there's this huge rebound, a sudden flurry of blinks as the brain relaxes. It's this suppression rebound pattern that's the real giveaway. So now you know the code. You know this ancient language of power, submission, and truth that's being spoken by your eyes. The real question is, how do you start using it on purpose instead of just by accident? And listen, the goal here isn't to become some kind of master manipulator who stares everyone into submission. Not at all. It's about taking back the choice. It's about being aware so you can stop surrendering your power by default. So let's just run through the key points one last time. Your gaze is an ancient signal of your social status. Looking down is that automatic, hardwired active submission. Holding steady eye contact signals that you see yourself as an equal. Your pupils and your blinks are telling the truth, even if you aren't. And the whole point of knowing this isn't to dominate people, but simply to stop automatically giving your power away. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. It sounds simple, but trust me, it's not easy. The very next time you're walking and you lock eyes with a stranger, just hold their gaze. Don't be aggressive about it, just calm, steady, and hold it until they are the one to look away first. Just try it and pay attention to that internal shift you feel when you override that ancient submissive instinct. That's where it all begins.